Hey guys, welcome to Ancestor Says. Let me say my intro. If you are new to my account, what's up? Make sure you hit that like and hit that follow and become a part of GD Soul Tribe. And if you are somebody that's been rocking with me since day one, hey, this is a collective energy pool, so take what resonates to you and drop the rest. Pretty please. I am a dark and light empathic reader. And if you're new to my channel, please take a moment to watch a disclaimer and disclosure videos that are pinned at the top of my channel. If you want to donate to my channel, you can send it to my Cash App or PayPal, GEDESER1010. Please, if I say a name, call out letters or anything of that sort, and it is your name, but this energy pool do not resonate to you, it's okay, it's not you. Just sit back and enjoy your time in tarot land. There's a million people in this world with the same name, okay? So, please, hold your pitchforks, okay? Okay. All right, so I got a lot of confirmations, and we're going to start with that. I was getting like, who do you? Y'all know people used to say like, who do you? Which gave me like late 80s to 90s. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just what I was getting. Y'all might be seeing numbers 114, 141, 144, 441, 114. I got 114 twice, so you're definitely seeing that number. And then 411 for the specific part. Okay, somebody in a collective, you are needing to know being misinterpreting something and being misguided are two different things. So with that being said, it's like this. Say some people take like a sign of them getting butterflies that it's a good signal to go ahead and do something or act on something, right? However, everybody is different, and like we always talk about having a natural alarm system on your body, right? So just because somebody's butterflies feel is like a yes to them, you know what I'm saying, doesn't mean that your butterflies is a yes to you. You have to learn your own like quirks of your own body, you know. It's like a thing where every time I got this feeling in my stomach like this, it was an opportunity that maybe I should pass up on, because every time that I went with it, it ended up XYZ. You know, it'll be different for, you know, different strokes for different folks is what I'm trying to say. So that was something that was that I was getting, and then I kept getting like a thing on assumptions and like a perception, you know, because it was like that thing where it's like one bad apple will spoil a whole bunch, and that can mean something different depending on your assumption and your perception of it. And then you go to from there to why do you feel that way, because that's what you were taught, that's what you were programmed to think or believe, which is perception. And then, or is it something that you assume, like you took that on and just came up with that without even verifying anything out? Okay, but both of them reside in the category of being a belief. So when it comes to making decisions that you know that's going to affect your entire life, make sure that you're going off of facts, you know, not beliefs. So you might want to take time and do your research before you make a decision that you won't be able to undo. And on another side of that fence, it's like, even if you're in a position where you are in a place where you feel like you made choices that you can't undo, that just means that you're human. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody fails, you know, and people take the most natural, normal things and like use them as persecution. Like if you try to do something or you go after something and it doesn't work and it fails, like they make it seem like it's just abnormal or it's something to grab the pitchforks, when everybody fails at a different time in life, in different situations, and more than once, let's be honest. And then it's also the thing where anytime you have any type of like emotion besides pure joy, it's a persecution. It's like everybody go through different emotions. The point of being like somebody that is positive, when that's being said, it's a term very loosely for me used, because it's like being positive means emotional control, for real. Like being able to stay balanced in a time where total unbalance might be around you, or total unbalance might be of your life, or something has to change. You have to be able to take chances and take risks, and that goes to say walk by faith and not by sight. And it's not an easy thing to do. You might be saying 122 as well, 222 or 111, but either way it goes, like you will never know if you let anxiety demobilize you. And there's a lot of us and a lot of people that when we get anxiety or we get in these stages where it seems like we'll out here get in a rut, okay, we don't take no more steps forward. And then in order for you not to like, in order for some people to avoid getting themselves in that position, they just choose not to think, feel, or nothing. They just move, you know? And it's okay. It's like noticing the things about ourselves that we probably need to narrow in on a little bit more, and just taking it for what it is and do what you gotta do for yourself to fix it and move forward. Like, making a mistake is not grounds for persecution. Making a mistake is grounds for, all right, that was a lesson learned, and keep it moving. Okay. Somebody like to mess with women that are like kind of intuitive or whatever, and they feel like they don't really have to explain themselves or say anything. Like they just feel like you should already know. The confirmation somebody need to grow up, okay? And just be aware that if you mess with intuitive women, you should already know that communication is key, okay? And sometimes that communication is uncomfortable for you because you know that you're not going to be able to, I hear party and bullshit, but you're not going to be able to bullshit them. You have to literally be honest. And somebody has a problem with like vulnerability, so and accountability in their ego. So somebody lets that drive them. Somebody could be 44, okay? But they let that take the driver's seat. And then when they're in these situations where it's like, shoulda, coulda, woulda, their brain don't really work, it shoulda, coulda, woulda. It's like they've been coddled by the people around them that love them, but to the point that I feel like it's kind of a hinder. So it's like a thing where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna, they're the guru of ghosting instead of just instead of just being honest, like, you know? Like, I feel like some people, because we all have flaws, I feel like if they speak their flaws out loud or not acknowledge their flaws, it makes them a bad person. But again, based on whose opinion. And we all gotta ask ourselves, when we say we don't care about other people's opinions and we're gonna be us, really? Like, it's like, do you really feel that way? Because when you say that, especially when you're on a journey, you know that you're going to be in a situation where what you believe and what you think or what you say is going to be something that's very closely judged. And you're going to have to stand in your authentic self and what you believe in and be that out loud, as long as it's something positive and not hurting anybody, and put you in a position where you're going to have to not care what people think. I think almost all of us come through that. I'm laughing now, but it's not funny when you're in it, because when you're in it, you're so mad. And I'm thinking back to those days where I used to be so mad. I get so mad, and I'm like, angry. I'm like, you know, and then I'm feeling like in that moment when I'm angry, and I'm like, even if, like, especially when you're going through your isolation, I think isolation is good and you're going through an awakening, because emotions run wild, but that's purging, you know. But anyway, and it's like you know, people mumble and grumble out loud. Like I was saying yesterday, a lot of people like talk to themselves, but it's looked at differently when you're like an empath. You talk out loud to yourself. People like, oh. But I can imagine, like, you know, and then after you let that out, the more logical thoughts come after, and it's like, well, I could have, or I should have, or I did, and you start, you know, at first it's like defense, first line defense. You're like, what? And then after that calms down a little, you think more logically. But for me, in that particular situation, the way I handle it or got control over it, everybody's different, and this is just some advice for somebody out here. When you're in that position where you are faced with a position of, like, you're having to face something that brings a lot of emotion out you, before you even decide to open your mouth and respond, because somebody got a potty mouth, be quiet. Be quiet, process the emotions. Maybe in your head, let it say what it needs to be said or write. Then, after that goes, give yourself time to process and really be honest with yourself and the parts that you play in whatever situation you're having to face, deal with, or endure at that point in your life. We hear all the time, and it's very cliche, you cannot control what other people do. You only can control with what you do. And even in that scenario, if you feel like somebody kind of swayed you one way or another, you still have to take the responsibility for the fact that you weren't solid or stood sure in whatever it is that you felt initially, and you took on somebody else's perception. That's your fault. That's your fault. That's like if somebody's telling you something, they give you an excuse, whether you believe it or not, and you stay or you go, that's your fault. It's on you. It's on you. Nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do. Even with persuasion, the accountability is on you. Because if you were that solid and that sure in whatever it is that you felt, you couldn't have been persuaded. And that's not saying you're a good or bad person. And I think somebody in this collective take it wrong when somebody says that to them. Like, it's still, you still take accountability in that. Just like when people use their childhood wounds to vindicate the way they move or the decisions that they make. When in reality, if you know that those things bother you and you don't take time to figure out yourself, go get counseling or go get help, that means you lacked and neglected that wound inside of you and let it fester and grow. So the way you move is because you did not want to handle it. And anybody knowing or saying that, they don't use it to maneuver however they want with it. But again, you allow it. Because you knew it was there, somebody's 32. However, there's no one to deal with it. It's still on you. It's still on you. And that's not to be rude or to say that that it's like a good or bad thing. It's a learning process. Everybody's different. Everybody reacts different. People heal differently. So you have to figure out what's good for you. And just, somebody likes to point the finger a lot. You have to stop pointing the finger. The more, I mean, it's up to you. Because even if you don't, you're just going to keep going in the same cycles and circles over and over again. I got stuck in a cycle and I was so mad. And I knew I was stuck, but I didn't want to really say it to myself, because I felt like I was justified in the way I felt. I felt like I was justified, you know? But even though I felt justified, I still was reacting in an old way of thinking or an old manner, or reverted back to an old way of self. So at the end of the day, even though I was justified, me reverting back to an old way of handling something is not growth. Growth is when you are faced with those same things, and you might have some type of same emotions going through or not, whatever the case is, are you responding in the same way? Are you reacting in the same way? And you can't change for one particular reason besides yourself. It doesn't matter what you lose on the way or what you feel it on the way. Welcome to the club of school. Like, the world is a school. It's learning, growing, aging, choices, decisions, life, situations, good times, bad times, gaining people, meeting people, losing people. It's life. And it's like, it's a trend nowadays to act like normal phases of life, it doesn't exist. Like, everything is perfect. Nobody loses. Nobody ever falls. They don't ever be hurt. They're never mad. They don't ever make the wrong decisions. They never go too far. Like, it's just like, oh, that wasn't me. I've never been toxic. I haven't reacted in toxic ways. There is a difference between doing things, responding a way, or acting a certain way, and having limits and morals to it, than doing things and acting away and moving away and having no limit to it. Now, there's a difference in that too, and that depends on the person. However, at the end of the day, facts are the same. Somebody 35. Facts are of the same. Somebody's birthday is in January. Okay, but either way, really, it doesn't matter what happens or the work you put in or what you did to change if you let anything trigger you and make you revert back to the same old ways. Okay? Not perfect. I learn as I go, and that was from somebody's to somebody. I made plenty of mistakes, so that probably was from me too. But just accept you and love you, flaws and all, and just move with the intention of doing better. Accept the failures, accept the wrong choices, accept your actions, and move on. Somebody's 36. And that doesn't mean you did the worst thing in the world, and that doesn't mean you're a bad person. That just means whatever that was meant to be done happened, or in whatever situation this person in your life, it was fated. Somebody's definitely 44. It was fated to happen, or that's how you felt in the moment, and that was the best choice right then, and it's okay. You just gotta move forward with life. Whether it's alone, with or without the same people you started with people that you met along the way, a mixture of both, it don't matter. As long as you're moving forward and you're progressing, that's it. Somebody's 37. And also, like, make sure that you're around people that understand the same thing that everybody should understand. You are the star in your own story. So when it comes to you, your life, what you do in the dark, you want to go in and what you want to accomplish, and how many times you had to start over, and how many times you made a mistake, or how many times, it doesn't matter. Because who are you competing with besides yourself? Because at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. What's for you is going to want you too. It's not going to be any competition. And that's just a natural flow of life and attraction. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. And sometimes things don't go as planned. Be okay with the change. And that doesn't mean it's always going to be comfortable. That doesn't mean it's always going to be roses and flowers. But it don't always have to be chaos and negative. It don't have to be. It's all in what you make it. And somebody needs to just stop getting so offended. Okay? Stop getting, somebody is so like selfish or self-centered, I'm going to say, whether it's good or bad. Somebody is so judgmental of themselves. That's what it is. Somebody is so judgmental of themselves that any little quirk or any little indication or feeling of something like making them feel away, they automatically get defensive. Everybody comes in our lives for different reasons, right? And some people come to your life to teach you something. Some come to learn you something. Some come for a long time. Some come for a short time. Whatever. Some come for a time of periodically throughout your entire life. Whatever. At the end of the day, as long as you got you, you should be fine. And that doesn't mean be antisocial or be lonely. That doesn't mean that everybody that's a part of your life, the relationship is going to be perfection. But it needs to be genuine. It needs to be authentic. It needs to be solid. And in order to have that, you have to be that in your own self. You got to be genuine. You got to be authentic. You got to be solid. And when you're trying to change, you cannot just change overnight. So be patient with yourself. Stop beating yourself up. Relax. If you know you're doing the right thing, you know you're moving with good intentions, relax, okay? March the 15th, and January and May. I keep getting those months. 3, 2, 1, I was getting as well. Today is more of a day where it's like literally I've been feeling like literally a fresh new beginning. I feel like things are really like settling in. People are going to be cultivating their new cycles and new, like, if you're stepping into a new place with yourself, you are like cultivating what you're going to be, like your daily routine, your new seeds while your old seeds are sprouting, watering your just feeding into you, right? I feel a lot of good energy. I feel like a lot of people are literally probably, I'm not going to say probably, let things go, so they're feeling how they feel about whatever situations. Some people are like, got done with the healing portion, and now they're at a spot where it is more, okay, my feet are flat on the ground, so this is what I'm going to do. I feel like some people are in a place where they already been doing stuff, and all they're doing is adding to their perfecting their craft type energy. I feel like some people are really getting in a place where they are reflecting on their accountability, the part they played, and they could have did differently. Some people are taking that in a good way, and they're trying to think of, checking themselves, which is the best thing, because again, ain't nobody perfect. We all have been places, done things that, but lying about it does not change the fact that you did it. Lying about it doesn't change the fact that you said it. Lying about it does not change the fact that you acted on it. Lying about it don't do anything but keep you bound to that situation or that lie into your past. Okay? Accept you for who you are and stop worrying about what people think. Because the same people that sit there and judge you, they have more skeletons in their closet, while yours is just outside of you. Like, it's somebody that just, somebody's like honest and vocal. I feel like this is somebody that's like, I feel like this is somebody that moves in their own way. Like, this energy is like, they are authentic. They do theirs. Now, what I'm going to say, what I'm kind of hesitant on is, everybody has duality, but this person has duality, but it's a lot of them that's more of a, I'm going to say manly man. And this energy that I'm feeling needed to learn lessons and like vulnerability. Their ego. Shallow. Somebody, last name might be Hal. I just thought of that, like Shallow Hal. Somebody might have blonde hair. But I feel like whoever this energy is understanding that. But they're also feeling like a lot, the people around them, and the people around them, I feel like actually look up to them. That's why they, on one sense, I want to say wanted this person on their team, and then on another side of the fence, I want to say wanted them on their team. So like in one sense, somebody might went to like something that is more powerful than them, and like petition them or ask them for some help or whatever. But the way that they were asking for help, and it's somebody that is of like they're familiar with whoever this person is. But the reasoning for the help was based upon a lie. So that's that person. But on the other fence, and this might be 2 to 3 people that came to this person, on the other side of the fence, the people that came to him admired him and knew that they were so, like, they were like, I heard that guy, that they were desperate enough to lie. So you get how you see that from every point of fence, right? But in this group, or in this, I don't want to say relationship, I think it might have grew into a relationship, or somebody thought it was up to 15. But now that they know these people came to them on a one with a lie, that it's like, no, you can't, like, you could have been thinking of my best interest type of shit, like, what type of time you on? They're offended. Because this person don't really, it seems like he's not open to a bunch of outsiders, but they're sociable. But when it comes to like being like in their inner circle, they're not too like, yeah, come on. So the fact that they became like this with whoever this person is, or this group of people, and I'm feeling like they were kin to like one of them, maybe 1 or 2 of them out this group. But I feel like when they got the closest with, it was kind of new, and now they're finding out that, and this person was riding with these people in whatever situation this is, like I got you, like whatever. Now somebody asked us, well, no, that you weren't tested on like. They understand how your intuition could have been clouded, but it's like the procedure. Like, you should have went behind them and checked yourself. This is somebody that's up in their cults, and they do occult practices. And then on the person that wanted to, all I can do is laugh, because when I think people are more mad of why. It's the why. Why? So, I guess this is a group that's at odds right now. Shit. Excuse me. And people are just trying to, I feel like, just like kind of recalibrate, because like this was something big being built up off of whatever was coming out of this. Maybe funds or something for the whole community. Now it's like abruptly things are just changing. Like, it's chaos. 151. And it's like some people are looking at things differently, and some people are still moving and reacting in a way that they had been, but at the end of the day, but want like positive outcomes. So I feel like even with all that extra time, instead of, it's an ego thing, but it's like that somebody's ego is about to cost them a lot. I can't even put my hand on one thing that's wrong, because there's so much that's wrong. I think this group has dabbled their hands in a lot of different things. And it seems like, how like when a balloon is unraveling, it's like when, or a thread is coming out of something, it's like when one thread gets loose, right? And you know how it all just literally starts unraveling and coming loose. It's like a domino effect. Somebody's been like not telling the truth for a long time, but it's a lot of people that are in tune in this group. But instead of them taking their time to look into things on their own, it's like they were so swayed by the way something looked and letting like chaos distract them out of taking further looks. Because it's like a thing where somebody will be telling you something, or they're telling you because they're asking you for something with a purpose, and instead of you taking that into account, you let like the relationship, money, and like malicious opportunity. And it's an opportunity that's malicious because you willingly knew that you would be hurting an innocent person. September or the 9th, somebody that got a B in their name. I got February, so February the 9th, somebody with a B in their name, and somebody got a P in their name. Okay, they didn't check. Didn't I tell y'all? Past life incident, and it says check in reverse. So whatever the situation is, that whoever you are in a collective, and it's more than one person, somebody went to someone for some spiritual advice. That's why they always say be careful with who you're allowing to like use your. And they were told some advice that they weren't too happy with, made them look at somebody that they did look at a prize to them as like the opposite. Like you were the master of disguise collective, or whoever this person is. If I'm talking to you, whoever you went to and got whatever message you got from, and I'm getting like a reading or something. You did not double check it or the facts. You just took it and ran with it. And whatever they were told, they were feeling like if they took these steps and joined these people, if they're the Gemini, they would look. If they took them steps and joined those people, then they would benefit all the way around the board, never get caught, nobody would ever know. Because whatever this, I'm also hearing priest, so whatever this priest said, it says fraud in reverse. Or they could have stood on their integrity and came and gave you some information about whatever it is that was told to them. There's somebody with an E and a W. And it also says we. And it says me. So all the people in this group that committed fraud, we all was just thinking about me All these people were just thinking about themselves. Somebody got a P, somebody got a B, somebody got a W, and somebody got a E in their name, first, last, or middle initial. Somebody's name might be B. I'm also hearing pew, like pew pew. Somebody might have thought that that was the second thing to do, something about the web, something somebody did on the web. Also, somebody met whoever connected them with these people on the web, like they met online. I heard ew. But I heard ew. It made them feel very ill about you. Maybe somebody put a video on the web. One of these initials is somebody's last name. Somebody put something on the web for money. It was something fraudulent. Somebody did something with fraud on the web. Chaos magic. And they're lying through their teeth about it. Y'all cannot make this up. Okay. This is a group of men. One or two of them. Either I'm talking to the person that did this, or I'm talking to the person in the collective that this was done to. Somebody with these initials. All of these initials are their last name. So, the people I'm talking about, somebody got a last name that got a P. Somebody got a last name that got a B. Somebody got a last name with a W. And somebody got an E. Somebody is a Gemini. I got fraud and check. Somebody tried to steal a check or some money in a fraudulent way. I'm going to say that for one. They also went above and beyond. They went above and beyond their way to discourage your character, because that's part of somebody wanted power of attorney over something. Discouraging your character was a part of a way for them to say that something was wrong with you. You were mentally disturbed. And the reason was because of them. You were going crazy about whatever ended with y'all, and you weren't mentally capable of handling whatever money that was supposed to come to you. These checks. Somebody was using chaos magic to send to you to get you to act out of character. On top of them doing that, somebody's lying through their teeth about a secret recording that they took of you, that they didn't want you to find out about. Now, somebody's shitting in their pants because whatever's going on is like everything, like I said at the beginning, crumbling at one time. So everybody's been thinking of a new way to get to you, sending energy to where you stay at, to make everything off. People looking at everybody, see each other funny. They were sending it to your kids. They're trying to make you scared. They tried to do death magic on you spiritually, and all these things to continue on trying to, like in some court cases coming up. And they had to bring some evidence back that whatever is whatever. I don't know exactly everything leading up to the actual court case, but it's a lot tied in one thing, and it's a lot of people tied into this thing. A lot of people jumped on board. They see whatever this money is, they were spreading it around between all of them, and the people they're bribing, everybody got a piece. You got, except for you, and it's for you. And on top of that, they were trying to bully you on the web and all types of stuff. Nobody thought you would ever figure it out. So on top of them feeling like they got away with something, it's like just because the way you like kind of just like seem to be unfazed, it's like they had grew a taste for trying to hurt you. So it was anything on top of that, use magic on you to weaken you, take everything from you that they would be like devastated if it was taken from them. They tried to do things to you that they knew they couldn't handle, or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm going to do this to her because I would feel this way. I'm going to do, but everybody's different. And most of these people don't know you or know where you come from. And some of them do. Some of them watched and participated for money and knew they was wrong. And some of them thought they were doing the right thing because whatever they were being told about you, they just took it and ran with it instead of like verifying the assuming and then the perception. Because maybe a little moment you might have crashed out on him. But a lot of the things they said and did was not true. But in a moment of time, but like any time of breakup, when it first started, you reacted in a certain way. But that was between y'all. But somebody was trying to record you. Now these people know that it's not going to stick. That's why they didn't want people to see you. Now, nothing that they're doing is working, but 1 + 1 = 2. If you're doing something, that's like somebody, every day you bump your leg on your desk. For the first few times, it's going to hurt, but after a while, you're going to build an immunity to it, that it don't hurt. And some, I'm like, oh, I didn't even know. You might got a bruise this big on your leg, and you're like, oh, I got a bruise. You don't feel it. But that doesn't mean, now, see, another part of that, they wanted you to be cold-hearted, because somebody didn't want you to move on either. Everybody had a different reason. It's sick, right? But they share a big reason, which is whatever this money is, but they had different reasons why they wanted to continue to hurt you, even when they accomplished it. And then now something's going on where it's being like, something's going on. You're gonna, and you're gonna find out about it. But these people are crazy, so I ain't even gonna tap into that. I'm just giving you a basic, but I'm feeling on some card. So it says the date where the situation occurred, right? And it's saying robbery. Okay. So I feel like there's a trail and stuff that cannot be like erased. It's like a digital trail or something. And people are knowing that and they're getting that information. I don't know how you don't know about this, why you don't know about this, or any of the details around that part. And I'm not even going to dig into it because I feel like, nothing is a coincidence. So when it's time or when it's need to be known about, it's going to be known about. April 7th, there might be somebody that was trying to do something. I feel like July 13th of 2025 is significant. And then under that, I got money laundering. Okay, but I feel like somebody might have been looking to set up something else. So maybe these people did something last year, July 13th, and they tucked the money somewhere. Because then under April 7th, I got robbery. So maybe somebody was trying to plan to run up on you, is what I'm hearing. It says somebody that's in no contact, they got that they currently was trying to plan this, Somebody's in their 30s that you're in no contact with, that got that you have blocked. Maybe you blocked them from your social media on the web because of insurance scam. This is the same person that bragged about breaking your family apart. This person that currently trying to plot on you. They're 30. They try to plot something for April the 7th. This is the person that bragged about breaking up your family, and then they try to play victim. But play victim. Actions are associated with saying and doing things to hurt you on purpose about insurance. Insurance money that you were supposed to receive that you didn't receive. Something about they were getting away with in court or something. And now something like shit's in the fan. Okay? The date that something occurred. Date of past plot. Look, the date of the past plot was March 25th. This fake flexer did beauty magic on you, but it didn't work. It backfired. Fake flexer tried to do beauty magic on you on March 25th. Somebody did root work. Okay. It says tampered with your car and did weight gain spells on you. Somebody's birthday, that's a Scorpio. Because this says Scorpio and this says November. There's a Scorpio for sure. That's double confirmation. So you have this Scorpio in your energy. You have this Gemini in your energy. Then you have this person that is dating your ex. You have an insurance plot. You have a spell work. You have a M. You have a B. You have a E, W. You have a P. Something about them getting these checks every month. Court coming up. They cannot get rid of the evidence. So they were trying to get rid of you. 211 on the clock. But now, old cycle's closed. But now, they're sitting back in regret. Because this person knew that they could not stalk you no more. They lost track of you July last year. In terms of spiritually. Somebody might have got arrested that was stalking you online in July last year. These poverty spells is backfiring. This person did and tried any type of jar magic. They're still trying to do it now in real time. The scheme and scam is in reverse. It's not going to work. Somebody with the H in the month of August. August 5th is somebody's birthday. I got somebody's 56 or they're 65. Okay. The same person made false reports to the police last year on May the 18th. What I keep hearing is you didn't even have a car. So this person says you were stalking them when you don't have a car. When indeed they were stalking you. This person knew where you lived at and you never even told them. Alright, that person did that in May 18th. We're an Aries. Somebody's birthday is in June. Somebody got married on May 18th, 2023. Somebody's an Aries. Somebody's birthday is in June. Somebody got an L, first, middle, or last initial, and they're 28. Okay. There's a physical court case also that went on May 23rd. Okay. This physical court case, this karmic male energy, he had you binded to him. I'm also getting that there's somebody new that got assigned to this court case. Maybe September 1st of last year. They got an A in their name. Look, this masculine. This stuff is that. This is crazy. Alright, these people are currently in a cult or coven. Somebody's a Taurus that make voodoo dolls. There's a divine masculine that was paying for sexual favors, that was physically stalking. Somebody that has a G in their name, they have an R in their name. There's also a Pisces that was doing accident spells on you. Aquarius that stole your ID. They were doing justice spells, thinking that in the future that you would be passing over a daily STD that this person was trying to give to you. There's somebody with a B in their name and a T in their name that is getting served in spiritual courts of blood magic and setting you up to be poisoned. They thought that they was going to be able to romance scam you. Somebody with a J in their name. Sorry. Somebody sold your private information online. In their middle initial, you will see they physically stalk you. A female has been doing humiliation rituals on you. Somebody got a Z in their name. Somebody got a K in their name. You're a Libra. Something about the 20th. You're a Libra. There's something about the 20th. That somebody made up a fake account online about you. This male's first name, or first initial, is that G or that K. But what I'm getting is Kevin. They're tied to this online female stalker. Somebody's 31 that beat their meat looking at your pictures. Ew. Ew. Ew, ew. Alright, let's see. I'm going to use my own. Look, confirmation is right on top. Confirmation. Current. And it also said current mishaps are due to karma. So whoever these people are, those current mishaps that you're having is due to karma and the things that you are doing behind people's back. But a confirmation of somebody's karma is the Grim Reaper, paid or volunteer practitioner. God fed up with you, whoever you are. All is going as it should. So whoever you are, don't be alarmed. Everybody just needs to, for somebody who's real deal anointed, the date of your birthdays, whoever you are in a collective, that they are telling you that everything is going as it should. You'll see your birthday or a letter as well. And a new cycle is open for the innocent. Yesterday, the 1st. I told you. Y'all know, I think this is the first of whatever month we in now, April. It's the, some people may act like they don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know nothing that was going on. You're literally in a new cycle. You might be seeing 111 as well. You're literally in a new cycle. You might be seeing 111. Your birthday might be January the 11th. Oh, that came out yesterday. January the 11th. 111. But anyway, so I'm just getting a lot of remorse, regret from somebody. They wish they didn't go on this, I say dummy mission, but I don't mean to call anybody dumb. But at the end of the day, like, you cannot like let that demobilize you. You still have to keep moving on, and that means in a better direction. Deal with whatever you gotta deal with. It is what it is. Somebody wanted you to be sad. There's somebody with a J in their name. Spiritual allegations that are far from the truth. So somebody was petitioning for you to have bad karma, bad luck, and for anybody around you to have it as well. Meaning, if you have kids, this person was doing candle magic on you and your damn kids and whoever is around you. Their first name, look, I told you, look. It says first name letter. It's a J. This is the person. Whoever this is, their first name to the first letter to their name is a J. That's who is the culprit. You're going to be under judgment. You're already under judgment. Somebody's ashamed that they're under judgment when all they had to do is tell the goddamn truth. This person got control issues. This person and these two people, somebody got something that they cannot get rid of. Somebody wants to come give it to you. I'm like, I keep getting that. It's like, makes me want to throw up every time I say that. Like, literally, somebody's been throwing up a lot, but it makes me want to throw up. And I keep saying it because it keeps coming out like in the reading. Like, somebody knows that your readings are real, but they are convinced in their own head. Somebody is mentally deranged. They are convinced in their own head that they can convince you that you don't know what you're talking about when they know what you're talking about. That's why they report your things. That's why they're angry at you. Somebody's birthday is on the 18th and we got a D. Whoever you are, your birthday might be on the 18th. You got a D in your name. You're facing delays, but not denials. And this message was approved to God, from God. So maybe you got a little loose lip to your spirit team, and you're having to. So I'm getting that you have to work on maybe some of your triggers. I'm not saying maybe some of your triggers. Somebody's feeling like if they can't have you, nobody can have you. So whoever you are, they said that if they can't have you, nobody can have you. You're somebody that's in this collective. You're very confident. You're balanced, and it's like you know your worth. And at first, that was intimidating to somebody. And instead of them just speaking up and opening up, so somebody's feeling like if they can't have you, nobody can have you. You're somebody in a collective that exudes confidence, and their time is up though. Time is up for them trying to use you as their power source. Time is up for them to try to use you like this person thought that they could run over you like a I don't know what they was thinking. They had you fucked up. That's why they wanted you to have lower confidence, because it's like if your confidence is low, or this person might have been going around telling people they got something from you, knowing damn well you ain't even seen them and they ghosted you 2 years ago. Like, what are you talking about, sir? Knowing damn well. And whoever you are, you're being tested. You are not going through a spiritual attack. You are being tested on your faith. And real faith is even when it don't look like it's going up, but you're being told it's going up. The things you're doing or you're working on is internal, and it doesn't always show outside. But if you're working on something like your body, it might be showing outside. But if you're working on things inside of you, like your anger, like you being assertive in your own, like who you are, you being consistent in the things that you're saying you want, you're not letting a bad day be the end of your day, then that's the type of thing you're being tested on. You are holding on to a lot of resentment as well, let's be honest. I think resentment is one of the hardest things to let go of, because like I was saying earlier, I told you how to go together. When I was saying earlier, like when you feel like you have a reason, so you can feel like I don't like this person, I can't stand this person because I don't like their personality because of what they displayed to me, because of what they did, because of the way they acted. Even if you got reason, like if somebody's sending chaos magic to you, try to set you up, they try to pull you and do all that shit to you. Like somebody really try to do all that stuff to you. You have reason to have resentment, but you holding that resentment and anger is doing nothing but hindering you, because you grew in the area of emotional control. And if you understand emotional control, you understand that there's going to be triggers around you daily, no matter where you at, what you do, whether you're rich or you poor, whatever, you're going to be triggered at some point in time. But the way you act when you are being triggered and what you do with that energy is what you're supposed to be growing from. So if every time you're reminded of it, every time somebody tries to do something to like make you feel a way about it, you react. And that don't mean this about relationships, about anything. Every time you feel like you don't have no way out, like you feel like you are stuck, you feel like you're on pause, how do you deal with that frustration? Like, what do you do in that time in between? Do you utilize it in a way on things that can help you move closer to another goal or something else that you have intention on doing? Or do you let it demobilize you? Do you let a bad day mean that you can't accomplish anything? Or do you use that energy and transmute it into something else, another hobby or something other than the thing that you cannot control? You get what I'm saying? Okay. They wanted you to have less because they wanted to feel like they were better than you. Because even after all the dirt, you still walked away quietly. You didn't chase, you didn't run, you didn't call, you didn't hawk, you did nothing. You walked away quietly. When everybody that participated in whatever this scandal is, They couldn't have did that even if $1,000 was on the top. They said if you could walk away quietly from somebody doing all this stuff to you and not react, not respond, not try to get people try to get vengeance on you for something that they did. They were trying to get vengeance on you for something that they did. And on top of them feeling that way, being triggered because seeing you make them think about what they did to you, whether you knew or didn't know at that time, they wanted to take it out on you, and you still like, and like, okay. Because the same things that make you tick don't make me talk. The things that bother you and the things that you value and the things that you care about aren't the same things that this person cares about. So what makes you mad and what triggers you is not the same that triggers them. And the things that triggers them, this, whoever you are willing to address them. This was something that was divinely orchestrated, and all these people are going to face karma that's divinely orchestrated. Okay? This karma is from above. God, your ancestors, all of them. I don't know what you subscribe to, because y'all know. When you over here, I explain my beliefs to y'all periodically, but I'm not going to be explaining them every day. You have to figure out my vibe yourself. I'm religious and I'm spiritual. I'm religiously spiritual. Okay? Okay. So, all those events was divinely orchestrated. It was fated. And I kept telling y'all this is something from the past life, so I'm going to pull something from my past life deck, and I'm going to pull some zodiac signs, okay? You know who you are. You're a female energy, and you're a spiritualist. You're on a mission with a unique purpose spiritually, you know, already. Okay? And then for this thief, it literally says thief. You're going through a return to sender. It says thief. This is for you. You're going through a return to sender because this cycle is closed. And somebody with a K feels guilty. This is a dark practitioner, and it was all of them versus you. And the whole time that it was all of them was versus you, it was you versus you. It was you versus you. And now that people are really seeing this, they're starting to reflect on the fact that they're going through whatever it is that they're going through because of their own choices. Some of y'all are in the collective that were against the collective, and some of you are in the collective that's of the collective. But ultimately, no matter what side of the fence you sit on, you're a part of God's collective. So understand that you make choices. No matter whether you feel like you were baited, no matter if it was for a reason like you needed money, no matter if you was just in your feelings, even if you were just jealous, even if it's just somebody you like, I just don't like that, I don't like her. It's cool. But you made choices to take action against somebody that did not take action against you because you thought that they were dumb. You thought they were spiritually sleeping. And you thought the reason why they weren't reacting, though that you made up lies and told everybody they were doing stuff to you, you were deflecting the things about you that you felt guilty about on another person. And when you could not make them move or feel the same way you felt, it made you even madder because your ego is big. And for the average person that's easily sold or tempted or want to feel a part of something, you play on that and you get them to follow you. And really you're leading them and sacrificing them to their demise so you can keep on standing up like, wasn't me. But you're a fool if you think you can fool God. I'm serious. And even if you get away with something for years, like, you have to understand, and this is what I want to tell my collective, the key to making sure that cycles are closed is you have to heal. You can't heal a little bit, and you can't heal just from a heartbreak. You got to heal everything. You got to heal from childhood, the memories you don't remember. You got to heal from the truth being revealed to you even with no proof, and you accepting it and trusting it and walking on faith that you know what it is, and you're being able to take breaks, cut off, turn around, and like I said, sacrifice. Because the person that hates you the most might be a person that you sleep beside every night. And who would have thought? And in order for you to swallow that, it took a lot of convincing. I know I've asked for, like I'm trying to tell you, it took me a long time to come to terms. Like, oh, what is this? And then I would write stuff off as coincidences. And then I would start seeing, like, I kept seeing people for ask for something specific that can't be a coincidence. So even after that, I still was like convinced. And then I wasn't like, this cannot be it. Pinch yourself type of thing. I can't make this too long because yesterday it cut off the end of my message. And then it was so long. But anytime is good energy because, like I said, whether you're on one side of the fence or another side of the fence, it is what it is. We've all been on the other sides of the fence. Somebody's 32. Somebody's 34. The point is just to own up to your shit or leave the collective alone. And furthermore, it's okay if somebody says no, they don't want to be your friend, they don't want to be connected to you. Somebody says no, don't let your pride lead you down a road that you ain't never have to go into. Stop judging people off the way they look. Stop thinking that you're so smart that everybody else around you is dumb or they're a fool because they don't react to things like you. I keep telling you and telling y'all, just because you don't believe some things, I don't mean it's true. And then when you are proven that it's true, stop blaming the person that you attacked. Stop thinking everybody move and do the things that you do. Learn how to control yourself. Learn how to be honest. No matter what you're losing, each time you make a choice and you know you're sacrificing something else, respect people's boundaries when they say they don't want to be your fool. They don't want to be your sacrifice. They don't want your part. Respect it. And when they do, don't blame them. Blame you. You can't blame somebody for wanting to protect themselves. You can't blame somebody for wanting to heal themselves. You can't blame somebody for wanting better because you don't feel like they deserve better. Who are you? Who are you? You might not have deserved nothing that you got, but you got it. And then you don't see nobody bothering you. And if you need other people's attention to feel validated, you don't need to be with nobody but yourself. And figure out what it is about you that you don't like about you that you take it out on other people. You mad at other people because you can't get yourself in order. And they say, yeah, they talking about you. Fill your name in the blank. If you say, she's talking about me, yes, you. And if it is you, you're going to have chills or your right ear going to be ringing right now. And that's a yes to you. And it's not nothing to be rude about. And it's not anything that people think they're better than you because I'm saying it. Because one day you're going to be saying something to me that I need to hear. I ain't perfect. But what I'm not for is the bullshit. And what I'm not into is hurting people. Not intentionally anyway. What I'm not into is lying about shit. What I'm not into is about making myself feel shameful about any decision I made, whether it was good or bad. You think I'm carrying that shit on my back? No, I'm not. In my childhood, I had to be quiet so much because I was so outcasted and then being quiet, I was still outcasted. When I talked, I was different. When I was trying to fit in, I was still different. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna be uncomfortable for people that obviously don't want you at their table. And then I had to ask myself, why the fuck do I want to be at their table? So you know what I did? I started hanging around people that were like me, and I liked it there. Even if everybody else around me was different, it was okay. I stayed in my lane, they stayed in theirs. I don't judge you, you don't judge me. Some people judge you anyway, just because they ain't got shit better else to do with their life. But for me, if you got time to be paying attention to somebody else, especially somebody in your past, because we all nosy sometimes, but to be consumed with it, you're crazy. To get in your feelings with it, you crazy. For me to be hurt about somebody and what they're doing, and I'm not with you, it's stupid. We broke up 10 minutes ago, I forgot about you, and what the fuck you doing 10 minutes ago. I stopped giving a fuck 10 minutes ago. Trust me. You gotta learn to love people from a distance and to love people enough to respect their choices and not try to make them feel miserable because it's not you. Like, grow up, that's insecure. You can't be mad at somebody because they don't want to choose you. And it's okay if you don't choose them. And it's okay if you're not chose. It doesn't matter. Who cares? That's one person out of how many of you. And the person that don't choose you probably ain't be no good for you anyway. They didn't want you from the beginning. They like the thought of you. They like that you can kind of give them a heads up and keep their ass out of trouble. And sacrifice your damn self and then you end up in spiritual jail. You wonder why everything in your life went wrong. You know what you did. You can deny it if you want. And that person know that you was right and they can deny it if they want. Both of you can live in denial. Both of you can get over it and move forward with your lives and understand that not everybody is forever. Some people are just for a season. And healing hurts. You know why? Because you're addressing things that happen to you that hurt. But a lot of people be like, they don't believe in karma. It doesn't happen because there is a key. I'm trying to give you the key right now for free. I ain't asking for no money. And I mean for anybody, a big key. And you're not supposed to look for karma and look for things that happen to people. You're not. But if you heal properly, you're not going to be thinking about it. When you're not, you just sitting there waiting. I can't wait for shit. For me, shit, I forgive you when you leave. This is something that's happened in the physical world. Somebody felt like they was loyal to the wrong person. They felt like y'all were a perfect match. However, they know that your level of solidness, they could not match. And it's sad because that's just what they represent. They know the person that they were loyal to, level of solidness, could not match. They know this group of people that they run with, level of solidness, could not match. You know why? Because they all are willing to snake somebody they don't even know. Where they do that at? Anybody with a logical brain, where they do that at? And then people get mad when things come out with the readings. They be cussing out the readers. They be cussing out the readers. I'm just telling you what I get. Somebody drives a Tesla. Somebody drives a dark blue Tesla. Somebody drives a GMC, a truck. I heard hot boys, the hot boys. Somebody's name is Wayne or D Wayne. Somebody's name could be Carter or their last name is Carter. But that name does not go together. Somebody's name is D or D Wayne. Somebody's name is Carter. Her last name is Carter. But it's not the same person. Somebody drives that Tesla as well. Somebody drives a white Lexus chrome rims. I'm talking to you. Somebody's birthday is in January. This person, somebody's birthday is in January. They know that you have a call and a mission, and this person knows who you are in the physical world, and they know who you are spiritually. You made the struggle look good. They think you made the struggle look good because they know they was the one spiritually attacking you. They also was a part of making these lies and rumors up about you. If somebody is guilty by association, they thought they bewitched you, that you were going to be down and out and all that stuff, and everything that they gained off of using spell work. You make them feel like you think you're better than them. But it's not that you think that you're better than them because you're not even in a competition with them. You just you use your spiritual gifts as you're supposed to. And you have not broken any laws. This makes them mad. And that is the judgment. So you have not broken any spiritual laws and you did things the right way. This person knows you see them. They know you see them spiritually. They know you see them physically. Actually, this person really be trying to send messages through the readings. And I know y'all, you picked up on that. But at the end of the day, the judgment is called. You cannot date them. They cannot be somebody of your... Listen, though. They're going to try to come date you. They're going to try to break up with this woman. This woman is going to cause them hell. You know what I heard? What's going to be karma for you is who you end up with. The judgment is going in your favor to the person that has been spiritually attacked you. There's a message that will be approved and carried out because you are who you say you are. You stay calm and peaceful. Somebody is rejected. This jackass. This is a jackass week rejected. The people who paid and got paid to spiritually attack you, they're all under judgment. And all their offerings are rejected. And all the petitions that they wrote on the full moon, either last night, the night before, or tonight, but they already started. They're all being rejected. You are going to have restoration in every part of your life. Your growth cannot be denied. And their backfires cannot be denied either. Somebody's 28. Something significant about the 22nd of July. This is somebody's birthday or something will happen that day. And also the 17th. Somebody married the wrong person. And now they want to jump on your coattail. That's why somebody married the wrong person. They judged you. And they got it all wrong. And this is somebody that thinks. This is somebody that might be a head of some type of organization. Them and their father. Somebody was so. These are some personal confirmations for somebody that's in a collective. Somebody's birthday is in November. Somebody violated spiritual law and physical laws to get gains of some actual property and money. Okay. Something about March 21st. Somebody was found guilty in spiritual court. You leaving and choosing the hill made you able to find your purpose and your calling. And again, I keep getting March. Something got activated in March. Something got sealed and closed in March. Whoever has a problem with this, you need to pray, write a petition for mercy for yourself to God. Stop asking him the same thing he has answered you. Especially when he extended plenty of time for you. Especially when you sit in front of a church crucifying somebody that did nothing to you. The collective, you started from the bottom and you have went to the top. These predictions that you have been using and exposing, fully aware on the physical, what was being done in the spirit. These people are fully aware of what they did on the physical, what's been coming out in the spiritual, and you are right on top. Somebody used unfair treatment against you to force an outcome. They were using mental magic trying to dominate you. Married in secret, everyone knew but you. You are free from all karmic ties. You are free from being tied to this attention seeker and clout chaser. You have been somebody, they was also trying to say you were trying to get attention, but you're somebody that don't even like to be seen. This person has no protection at all. These past life cycles are being completed. Past life cycles are being completed with somebody's birthday that's in June. Physical court is going on. They've been in a long-term union. This verdict is clear. Somebody got a Y. Somebody nicknamed, first initial is Y, is now realizing you were right the whole time on the spiritual situation. They've been watching your growth, but this male is a karmic. If you thought, who, me? Yes, you. And if you are somebody that's in a collective and a name popped in your head, yes, that's you should put the true meaning to, you're not a victim, you are the victor. Somebody name could be Victor or Vicky, but you're not a victim, you're the victor. Anything that was thrown at you to hurt you, to humiliate you, to make you feel like you were whatever, man, you ate that shit like a fresh ass sprung salad. You were their protection, but they decided to cross you. These people can try to run, but they cannot hide. Their outcome is concealed and will not be revealed to anybody. This is something that will just occur in life. And if you are getting dharma, your outcome is not going to be revealed either. It's going to be concealed to you on earth. Somebody got an M in their name. And again, 30. This came out. Somebody with an M in their name. They are 30 years old. M30. M30. M. Somebody got an M in their name. They're 30. Somebody's birthday is on the 19th as well. Hold on. Whoever this person with the M and a 30. Somebody's birthday is on the 19th. Somebody got a Q in their name that will be repeating cycles. Also, your destiny is anointed. Like God said, he fired you. Who is going to look? And it says right behind it, you passed your test. You passed your test. April started dating the cycle for you, rainbow spirit. You passed your test in December. You were healing. December 25th. Okay? You were healing. You're divine feminine. Now you're done healing too, I'm getting. Now you're ready to move on. You're free. My nose itching, confirmation. So if that part was for you, you're fertile and you have abundance. Somebody want to come to you and tell you it was a misunderstanding about something about they said about your health. Somebody's been trying to do magic on you to affect your health. So somebody that's fertile and abundant. Somebody knows that they're losing a battle. They want this to be looked at as a misunderstanding. They want you to look at it as a misunderstanding now that they're losing a battle, which came out yesterday, but you're fertile and you're in good health. Somebody was having a power struggle with you. Now they're having a power struggle with themselves about y'all separation. Somebody felt like they've taken a setback and now it's just painful memories. Somebody was warned about this, that you were going to move on and be smooth sailing because you are a part of a higher plan. Now somebody is heavily burdened because you found your place and you're going to be moving forward because you are already assigned to a new spiritual contract and this love is going to last for a lifetime. If you just got the chills, you heard a flat line in your right ear, or alarm just went off on something in your house, confirmation, that confirmation is for you. Y'all will have building opportunities. This person like you too. They're in agreement. Y'all have a contract. Everything's going to approve for you and you are leveling up because you look at things from a new perspective. When you were going through stormy nights and bad days, it's been a long road for you. There's a major shift starting like now. So go ahead and start celebrating. Somebody feels like you betrayed them and they betrayed your trust. They now see that you are a blessing in disguise. You are an earth angel. You are on your path of healing and you are a healer. Now somebody's stressing financially after all that they did financially to stop you and about them and these karmic ties. They know that you're about to relocate and they should have never relocated from you. But they know that you're about to relocate. And they relocated on malicious intent. And the person that they relocated to had malicious intent for you and wanted y'all in this vicious cycle, but you are having beautiful days and are getting wish fulfillment. So I hope that helped. At this point, I see you all your energy back with clarity and well, actually, I'm going to pull a card for us from our Akashic record so we can see what was something we all can take from the story time today. That was good. Okay, I like that. The energy is good. So I think that they've been very, very plain and clear about what has happened, why, how, and all of that good stuff. I feel like people are now starting like the dust is settling type of energy. Everybody's just accepting their role in their place. There are like one or two people that still being weird, like doing beauty magic and stuff like that. But I don't know. You're not thinking about any of this. Like when I say in a negative manner, like I feel like most mature people, like some people want to say sorry, you know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they were misled, but they're also taking accountability into why they were misled now. I'm also getting people are starting to get the truth. So now they're looking at this person like, really? delete after all that. But let's be honest, some of these people knew that person was that shit crazy, you know. And some people, this person, yeah, they used power. But at some point in time, it was at a time where things weren't adding up, and instead of people taking the initiative to do what's right, they still didn't. It was still like, instead of them being like, I don't care like how much I did or how far this has gone, I'm going to turn back right here. They didn't. Everybody was thinking about themselves. And some people actually start liking you, collective, whether you're a man or a woman, that was watching and looking, and they're like, what? They've been laughing at this man. Somebody said they want to come talk to you. This man feels some type of way, and I don't know. It's crazy, but they feel it's just cycle is over. They're just explaining to everybody what it is. Most of the people that's involved in this was doing a lot of spiritual stuff. They are spiritual gifted, the light and the dark. And I'm pretty sure this one reading for birth. All right, can we get some confirmations on some signs for this? Can we get confirmation on some signs, please? Can we get some confirmation on some signs that this resonate with? It doesn't matter if you're light or dark, whatever, you know, what you do. Earth sign, sun. All right, so somebody got a moon in earth. So y'all have some moon placements. It's earth sign, somebody's Aquarius, somebody's sun sign is Aquarius. So somebody has a moon earth sign and then a sun sign in air. Somebody's birthday is November the 11th. Okay, somebody is 26. Can we get some more zodiac signs? Who is this for? Something about Mercury retrograde. Something was happening in Mercury retrograde. Somebody's a Taurus. Can we get some more signs that resonate with this? I got Uranus and Mars, Aries and Pluto. Somebody has an Aries in their Mars sign and Uranus. Somebody's sun sign is in Aries and their Mars or Uranus signs are Aries too. So heavy Aries placements. Somebody's a Cancer again, Aries and Pluto. So somebody's a Cancer sun, Pluto, Aries, okay? Somebody's a Capricorn. Their sun sign is Capricorn, okay? Who else? Anybody else specifically you want? Air sign? Somebody's an air sign and their Uranus sign is in Aquarius. Somebody's an air sign and their Uranus sign is Capricorn, okay? Somebody's a Libra as well. So somebody's a Libra, you have Capricorn or Aquarius in your Uranus, and somebody is an air sign in general and have Capricorn or Aquarius in Uranus sign. Somebody's birthday is October, November, July. Somebody's birthday is on the 20th. Somebody's birthday is on the 3rd. Somebody's birthday is on the 25th. Somebody's birthday is on the 15th too. Any more confirmations that you want to be highlighted? Somebody has a Taurus and Venus, and they're a Cancer. So somebody has a Sun in Cancer, and their Venus sign is a Taurus. Anybody else you want to highlight? Somebody has a Sun sign in Pisces, and somebody has a Sun sign in Capricorn, and a Sun sign in Leo. So we have a Sagittarius, a Leo, a Capricorn, Aquarius, a Pisces. These are your Sun signs. Uranus, Virgo. Uranus, Virgo. Okay. And then this last one I got, okay, somebody's fire sign is Jupiter, Pluto, Uranus. It's all different fire signs. Like each one of your placements is a different fire sign for your Uranus, Pluto, and what was that, Venus? Yeah, no, Uranus, Pluto, and Jupiter. All three of those signs in your chart are different kinds of fire signs. That's what I was getting, confirmation. Take those how they resonate. All right, so I'm gonna get our hey, where is it? Hold on, y'all. Okay, what I also got when I was putting these back is there somebody named with a T, first, middle, or last initial, okay, that made accounts and emails and burner numbers for using, like somebody named T, they use a divine feminine's information to make fake numbers, fake accounts, burner numbers, and contacted themselves like you were contacting them. This is a person that was pretending like you were messing with them. You have a G in your name, first, middle, or last, and they're waking up from spells that were placed on them. This person started waking up from those spells on February the 25th, or their birthday is in February 25th. They're waking up from spells that was placed on them December 25th. Okay? That was a confirmation for somebody. I'm gonna close this energy out. At this point, I'll give your energy back to you with clarity and peace, and I'll call all my energy back to me, sealed and protected, cleansed, sealed and protected, okay? I return to sender any type of negative energy or anybody trying to use this video as content, steal it, remake it, or try to do any type of work over anything in this video, the message or the person that's giving the message, or affect any of the ancestors in any kind of way, in ill will or fashion. We return to sender any type of monitoring spirit, evil eyes, evil, even just a little slander for me and my collective, as we are in this position where we're starting new, people are closing old, and people are learning. We call immediate judgment on you. If you don't want to grow, that's fine, but don't hinder other people's. So, Spirit, what's that closing message that all of us can use to reflect on and learn from? What is the closing message for everybody that this collective message resonates with, that we can close on and we can all learn from? What was a lesson that was for all to be taught, learned? Okay. We got obligation to expand, to take the high road, like we were saying, honor yourself, and know that you have boundless possibilities if you love yourself and be curious. So, a courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. Then we have self-love. You are worthy and deserving of all the abundance in the universe. Treat yourself with the love and respect you deserve, and others will follow as you set an example. Boundless possibilities. You're standing at the edge of a limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experience. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. Again, we're talking about letting go, moving forward, bygones being bygones, being okay, even if you're not okay. Just move on. You bring closure to your own self. Honor yourself. Recognize the hard work you've put in to get where you are today. Instead of thinking how far you still have to go, remind yourself of all that you've accomplished and be proud. It says take the high road. You're at a impasse with a relationship or situation. It's now time to think bigger, release desired outcome, and take the most positive course of action. Expand. You're being asked to expand. You live in a huge world with endless possibilities, and staying safe Staying safe in the known is no longer working for you. It's time to make your world just a little bit bigger. It's time to imagine the possibilities and go for them. Follow your dreams. Like, what? Obligation. Stop yelling. Oh, sorry. Somebody been yelling. Stop yelling at them damn kids. They ain't do nothing. Just because you're in a bad mood, stop yelling at them children, especially if they little girls. When you yell at little girls, you're kind of training them. You're teaching them that it's okay for, especially if you're a man. If you're a man, you got daughters, you got a daughter, whatever. You're teaching them that it's okay for a man to yell at them. And it's not okay. You know, treat me like a lady or take your ass home. You want something rough? We know what carries the rough. You know, go find you one of you if you want something rough. If you can't be delicate, nice with a woman, you need to go find something like you. Okay? 3:03 on the clock. That's for somebody, okay? Stop telling yourself you should when you cater to others or to unnecessary expectations of yourself. You stop your abundance. So stop worrying about shoulda, coulda, what about what everybody else doing, what everybody else think, what everybody else want. Focus on what you want. Focus on what you want. Expand your mind and know that just because you are not your circumstances, you are not where you come from. You don't have to keep acting and reacting in the first way that comes to your head. You don't have to keep responding to situations and things in the same way that you used to. And if you do, it is what it is. Deal with the consequences. Don't blame other people for your mistakes. If you Billy and you big and you bold enough to do it, then you need to be Billy, bad, and bold enough to take the accountability. If not, then go sit down on the bench. Take the high road. You don't always have to be the loudest. You don't always have to be the right one. You don't always have to be the coolest. You don't always have to be in front. Most of the time, if you have a space where you feel like you always need attention, you always need somebody around you, you have codependency issues. When you feel like you always need attention, like you probably, that screams to me, your inner child feels unseen or unheard. You're drowning out the voice of what you really want, what you really like, and you're covering it with the voice of what other people think, what other people want, what other people like. Take your high road. Honor yourself. That goes with this. Honor yourself. Honor yourself. Love yourself. And the potentials will be boundless. Because everything that you want, everything that you love, everything that you exude, want, love, and will be attracted to you. Will be attracted to you. You just got to take the courage. You got to be courageous in the fact that I know if I don't argue back, everybody's going to think I'm a punk. I know if I don't respond to the rumors, everybody's going to think it's true. But I also know that's not my problem. If you don't know energy, it's not my problem. If you don't take the time and figure it out yourself. And furthermore, if you don't know that person or that person, and something going on with them, it ain't even your business. What they going through, their problem. Even if somebody brings the information to you, that's not my business. That's between you and your people. But hey, if you know me, enjoy the story, enjoy the message, but it's still not your problem to put your 2 cents in, to get into, to help, to act upon. It's not your problem. Even if you a side piece and whoever your sneakingly got an issue with their partner, that's not your problem or your business. And I don't even want to hear that. He said he was leaving her. Don't they all say that? Don't they all say that? And in order for it to happen, you have to use spell work for him to do it. So that says a lot. And it's not judgment, it's reality. And some people feel judged when they are faced with the truth and reality. And it's okay. 434 is the area code. 737. And that's okay. That just means there's things inside of you that you ain't even comfortable with when you act or participate in things of that nature. It's something in you that makes you feel uncomfortable, that is your reality. And that doesn't mean make the next person feel away so you feel better. That means check your own damn self. Like, why am I doing this if I know this is something that I would be embarrassed for people to know? Don't do it. Or just get embarrassed. It's no in between, and it's not being mean or anybody thinking they better. Because a lot of times, hello, we've been through it. I've had to confess and admit to something I was embarrassed about, but I did, and it wasn't because I was forced to. It's because it made me uncomfortable not to. So I speak up, and I speak my truth, and I take my consequences. But I'm not going to lie to you about who I am and what I do. Because when I make decisions or choices, it's solely off of what I want to do, whether it's good or bad. And that has nothing to do with you or anybody else. And it's the same thing for everybody. The choices you make got nothing to do with nobody else. Because I want to is an answer. Because I chose to is an answer. Yes, it's an answer. No, it's an answer. I don't like it is an answer. I don't want you is an answer. And yes, okay, some people want to know why, but why does it matter? Why when the choice is made? But where the problem comes in is when the lies are orchestrated. Because of the embarrassment and self or feeling shame of actions of self, though you made those choices, so what? People be ashamed and be allowing judgment from people that has more skeletons in their closet than them. People let folks judge them that ain't never ever make an honest dollar in their life, but they laugh and they judge that you're broke because you work a regular job. You make an honest paycheck. While there's other people that ain't never work a job. The most work they've ever had was in the jail cell. But they can talk about you because when they out here making risky choices, they be having that quick come up, and it is what it is. That's their life, not yours. That has nothing to do with you, and with you living paycheck to paycheck don't have nothing to do with them. So once you get that in your head, but you're comfortable where you at, I gotta call before I walk. This is my goal. This is my road. This is how I gotta do it. That's their road. That's their goal, and that's how they do it. I don't think I'm better. I don't think you're worse. It ain't my business. But what I'm not gonna do is let you make me feel less than or inferior because I don't think like you, I don't move like you, I don't act like you, I don't talk like you. I'm not, and I have no interest in making you feel less than me. Period. But bullying me, that's not what we're gonna do. Making me feel embarrassed because I have emotions, that's not what we're gonna do. Making me feel embarrassed because I try something and it fails, that's not what we're gonna do. Making me feel less than or not good enough because I didn't meet your criteria, that's not what we're gonna do. Y'all might be saying 311, March 11th as well. And as long as everybody's okay and assured of themselves and their own decisions and they maintain things in their own life and they're looking ahead and not looking backward to the side, then everybody will be copacetic. But we know that's too much like easy. And what would the world be if you didn't have people causing chaos? But there's just certain folks that you don't cause chaos with. You cause chaos with people that like chaos. If this person who's messing with ain't into the bullshit and ain't into the drama, okay, you got that X, and that X, they all into it. So go ahead over there. But people, their egos can't take that because it's like, they already think they better than you. You're going to be like, nah. It's like crazy. Somebody guilty, but they don't want to be guilty. So they want you to do something triggering you to make you guilty. No. Somebody's doing something horrific, like stealing something that was left to you. And after they already dragged and did all this stuff to your entire life and you don't feel bad or sad about it, they mad because you don't feel less than, because you won't invite it to the club. I don't even like clubs. Nor do I like you. And it's not because of anything but you, your personality, the way you move. I don't like that. I like to be comfortable around my friends. I like to be able to say, I don't want to have to filter everything. I don't want to think that, oh my God, tomorrow they're going to be dead. No. I hope you got something from this.